Hip hop, it started out from the heart. Now everybody trying to chart. I said hip hop, it started out from the heart. But now everybody's trying to chart. Come on, baby, light my fire. Everything you drop is so tired. Music is supposed to inspire. So how come we ain't getting no higher? Now tell me your philosophy on exactly what an artist should be. Should they be someone with prosperity and no concept of reality? Yes, that was Lauryn Hill, Lost Ones. I think Lost Ones. Maybe not Lost Ones. One of them from Miseducation. Anyways, I say all that to say welcome. I am Adina. You all are Beyond the Veil. Happy Thursday. I did that because of the topic of this reading. I got a request from a subscriber on a live or two ago. On my members, one of my members asked about the future of hip hop, and I didn't get a chance to answer it for them. And so I thought it was a topic that I would discuss now. This isn't going to be from my opinion. I'm going to look at it from an energetic and spiritual perspective. And so in that, I just pretty much gave you guys my opinion up front with that intro, because that is very much my opinion. The question that the person asked was about, what does the future of hip hop look like? I'm going to start with the oracle, but I'm going to say that I would like to see a renaissance within the entire music industry, and not necessarily for you young ones who, hate, when us millennials and older talk about the old industries and things like that. We're not necessarily saying you guys have to go back, or we all have to go back to the same type of music, but the same type of passion, the same type of energy, and the same type of spirit within music, because music was treated a little better. It was given a little bit more respect for what it is, and that is one of God's means of communication, artistically communicating through rhythm and sound and vision, all of those together. How we choose, the messages we choose to send through music reflects back on the collective consciousness. And so my opinion is that where the state of music is now means that I believe that it's very low, the lowest that it's ever been since its inception within the industry. And I believe also that morality is also at an all-time low. I think that today people like escapism music that they can turn up to, drink to, have fun to, because it's escapism music. It helps you escape, helps you not think, helps you not really feel anything meaningful. And so I won't preach too much on that. I'll just let the spirits start to talking, and our collective spirits start talking. Also, be blessed this Thursday and have a blessed, safe, fun, and enjoyable, productive, prosperous, all of that weekend. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me. First, thank you for this Thursday, this day of Jupiter. Thank you for health. Thank you for this gift that you've blessed me with. Thank you for YouTube for being a successful platform and medium for me to share it with. And thank you for everyone who joins me here today. Please, Spirit, one of my subscribers would like to know the future of the hip-hop industry, so to speak. From the divine, above and below, from the heavens above and below, and within, from the collective consciousness, what does the oracles have to say about the future of hip hop. All right, the future of hip hop. It's so hot here in Florida, y'all. It's so effing hot. Hot and humid. We expecting a couple of rainstorms next week, and the humidity is present now. You can always tell by the humidity if rain is coming, by the type of heat. If it's a humid heat with moisture in the air, obviously moisture is in the air. But if it's that dry heat, ain't no rain. And this is wet heat. It sticks to you, makes you sweat. The answers you need are coming. This is a full moon in Gemini. Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini. I would like to say that the future of hip hop is before I see the rest of the oracle cards, I'll say Kendrick Lamar kind of stated, and the energy that we've seen Kendrick Lamar being allowed to bring to the industry of hip hop kind of tells you where they're trying to take things. You see Kendrick, a more conscious rapper, over Drake, a more coping rapper. You see Doechii, a more conscious rapper, over Sexy Red, the Lottos, the other type of girls, the Megan Thee Stallions, the other type of girls who were on the coping music wave. I'm calling it the coping music, not because it's bad, which is why I don't call it the bad music, but coping music, because it's supposed to be fun, lighthearted, and not making you be introspective. That is where it seems that the industry is trying to go. There's still some resistance, but they're allowing the industry to move in that direction. Meditate and contemplate is in reverse, because music has dumbed the collective consciousness down. And that was all fine and dandy for the moment that they needed they needed you guys to be dumbed down. But now, in order for the next level of the new world where they're taking things, they need you guys to keep up, even consciously. So now they shocked you into a more dulled type of entertainment and hip hop. Now they're going to shock you into a more conscious type of hip hop so that you can be prepared for whatever plans they have to bring. And again, I've said before, the New World Order will look clean, but it will not be. It will look more clean, more upstanding. And that's actually good. But there's a reason why it's being allowed. You guys are being allowed to evolve and rise in consciousness now because they need you to. It's no longer lucrative. It's no longer lucrative for you all to be dumbed down in the near future because the spirit of awakening is working. They need to counter that by a false awakening. And so they will. Expect powerful change. Like I just said, they shocked us into a more dulled down because one day you had to have talent and lyricism, and then the next day you didn't. All you needed was a few, something manufactured. One card, Spirit, for what this message is. To sum it all up. What is this message about the future of hip hop from the oracles? And then I'll spread it out. We just came out of a season of eclipse this past March, and that expect powerful change is a new moon eclipse. Consciousness will be raised one way or the other, so they have to allow it and get ahead of it, get a hold on it. Out with the old, in with the new. However, to anybody who is a psychic, a medium, truly, genuinely, a healer, a spiritualist, doulas, shamans, things like that. Of course, I don't need to say be very afraid, but they have their eyes on us the same way they did back in the days of conquering. They start with us before they infiltrate. They have their eyes on the spirit, the Shekinah. I'll never say be afraid, but be aware, be alert, be vigilant about yourselves. Because we bear the truth. We bear the truth. And that's a problem. It's a problem. They have another agenda, another spiritual agenda, another conscious agenda. It will mimic what we bring, the energy, the vision, the change, the ashe that we have ushered in. It will mimic it, but it will lack the Shekinah, the ashe, the spirit. Out with Drake, he represented the old. Out with Diddy, he represented the old. Jay-Z's saving grace is his wife in every sense. Spiritually, business-wise, he would have failed quicker without his wife and his children. Out with the old who upheld the dull down because they profited themselves. And at the time, it was a every man for himself and F the people. We will put on them whatever we can put on them to profit. But there's a new sheriff in town and new sheriffs being ushered in. So not just the spiritualists, but you old industry guys who were not conscious in hip hop, and you girls. Problem. The BBLs for you female rappers will be a problem in the future. No judgment at all. It will be a problem for you in the future. You're already seeing it now. The material that you use to speak about, you won't be able to carry that in. That's why you see Megan Thee Stallion trying to get inspiration from Doechii when she said, I want to work with Doechii, but I want to let her choose the beat and see if I can challenge myself to rap over different types of beats. Which is why in that live I did, which was for my members, I said, Doechii, don't do it. If you're trying to lead the new wave, watch out for them who are going to try to be inspired and follow you. All right. Nicki Minaj, I'm so surprised you didn't do this. It's the only thing that I think that you forgot to do in your music career, and that is usher in something more conscious. Even though you do speak on things that are more deeper and personal, and you put God and stuff a lot in your works, I think that you, with your talent, your creative spirit, daughter of Jupiter as a Sagittarius, I think you could have done what Doechii did and what they're attributing to her. I think that's what you missed. I think sometimes you think you give Lauryn Hill, but there's a disconnect. You miss it sometimes. I'm not sure how or why. It may be a more self-righteous energy than a more righteous through the fire type of energy. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the collective energy of hip-hop. Please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of hip-hop. Hip-hop, it started out from the heart. Now everybody's trying to chart. Spirit, what does the future of hip-hop look like? What is the future of hip-hop? And even when Kendrick came out and started asserting himself, nobody really challenges it. None of the rappers that have been you guys' faves for the past decade or so, because they can't. They don't have the lyrical ability. They've been getting put on with minimal true lyrical ability. And so hip hop is seeming to be a renaissance of when you had to have talent and not just machine and good beats, the formula. Because the formula within humanity is changing, so that formula isn't working anymore. Future of hip-hop. It's no longer lucrative the way it is. This is Kendrick leading the pack, being lucrative in the industry as it stands, but none of the rest are. They can't make money with after Kendrick ushered in and dominated with his type of music. People start thinking, putting two and two together, consciously thinking about what they've been consuming from Drake all this time, not being able to hide the fact that there literally was more emotional investment in Kendrick's music because it was good. It was undeniably good. That wasn't manufactured. It was undeniably good. That's why people reacted the way they did. It wasn't because the world hated Drake. Nobody hated Drake. Nobody. As a matter of fact, a lot of people were saying Kendrick's music and the beef that he was releasing was boring. And they wanted something up-tempo. So then he did something up-tempo and it was good. The rest of the guys can't, the rest of the people in the industry can't thrive after somebody has been lucrative in a more conscious type of rap. That's what's going on currently. And also the industry is in shambles. Everybody's facing charges. Everybody's getting RICOs. People are dying. Labels are falling under. People are being shelved in contract because they don't know what to do with this change that is upon them. They weren't prepared for the mass shift in the collective consciousness so suddenly. The industry is in shambles. I did a reading for a client in Hollywood not too long ago, and I told them it was going to be difficult, not because of you, but because of the industry and the state that it's in. So I advised them to go back to the drawing board, the spirit of creativity, and start innovating something new now, so that you can already be producing the new wave as the old wave is crumbling. That's why I said this, and we're seeing it now. I don't know how things are going for you now. I hope you're faring well. It seems like in the past, hip hop has been used to kill us, to dumb you down, not raise you from your state of ignorance and death, but to keep you there. Not to resurrect your spirit, your soul, and your mind to a higher state, which is what is required of every human being. No matter how YOLO you think life is, and Drake ushered that YOLO energy is, it's not. It's not. It's not. And people say, well, you can't judge me, let God do it. Why do you guys want to wait until you die and cannot change? The collective consciousness is God. It's judging you and giving you time to face your shame while you have time to change before you have to stand and say, okay, well, those in spirits like, well, everybody was saying it, but you said, let God. God was. And now you have to repeat that plus the karmic debts that you created along the way all over. Pick a body. Dumb down. Hip hop, it started out from the heart. Now everybody's trying to chart. It was not lucrative for people to be awake and aware, listening to lyrics and consciousness because of the way it was used in the past as a political tool, as a way to awaken people, to make people feel love. People were in love. Think about us, 90s babies, 80s babies, 70s babies, raised on music where it was cool to be in love, to start a family. Now, these new generations don't understand marriage at all. They think it doesn't work. But you guys were raised a different way from the powers that be. We came to an understanding. A lot of you guys say, well, your grandmothers and grandparents stayed together for 40, 50 years, but you don't know what they went through. Who cares? Who cares? Because you have two individual human beings, and what now one of them perfect, but they chose each other every day for 50 years. The good, the bad, the ugly, they chose each other. They chose to love and accept each other no matter where they stood in their evolution. That's what love is. It's not a fairy tale. It's not happily ever after. And you have to think about it like this. What if your grandma who stayed with your granddaddy, who had outside kids, what if she grew up and she had a loving father and a loving mother, but the father cheated and the mother couldn't handle the cheating, and so she set boundaries. You're not going to be cheating with Betty, Sue, and Barbara and thinking you're going to come up in here and da-da-da-da-da. Go stay with one of them. Now, daddy's gone. Now, your grandma's a little girl. All she knows is that her daddy's gone and her mama made him leave. So she grew up thinking, all I want is a family and a man, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep him happy because I understand a man's nature isn't to be faithful, but I'm not going to chase him away. So your grandmama, even though her husband had outside children because he lived with y'all, he stayed married to your grandma. He was there. He was creeping. You didn't find out about your outside cousins for a long time. Now you're looking at your grandma sideways because you're like, why did you choose to stay? But everybody has a story. And so sometimes you choose your person and you choose to do life with them. That's what those in this generation are missing about marriage. You guys were born into a virtual reality. So you're looking for something that's not realistic. And that's why you don't believe in marriage. And it's actually good that you guys don't marry each other so that we don't continue bringing generational curses, because nobody's saying that it's right that your granddaddy made outside kids and your grandma decided to stay. I'm just saying that that's why marriages always work, because they weren't expecting perfection from each other. They fell in love with the person and chose them, whoever they were, and chose to ride out life with them because that person chose your grandma too. I say all that to say, Music used to inspire love, families, honor amongst men and women. Men were singing beautiful songs about women where they weren't being sexualized. Women were doing the same. It inspired you to be politically active and, fight the powers that be. That was very conscious when the shift happened to make you less conscious, to make you more slaveable. And that is what you've become. There will be resistance to the movement, the energy that Kendrick is bringing in, because everybody can't profit from what he's doing. And so there will be resistance. The industry is in shambles. But there is a shift in consciousness, and in order to do that, religion will be used, but not conscious religion, not spirituality, religion. They want you guys back into the churches. They're okay. They're okay with you guys being conscious, focus on, because they need you to be obedient for what they roll out next and not fight. You guys were leaving the church, getting spiritual. That was going to cause a problem. They need you back in the church, being good slaves. And not saying that there's anything wrong with the church, because I believe it serves its purpose for a lot of people who need that. They may not be ready for, spirituality yet. But it's for a lower level of spiritual consciousness. A lot of us should, no, hell no, not a lot of us, a lot of you should be beyond that, especially after the age of information, where at some point you are choosing to not be fully informed so that you don't have to change your beliefs. I'm going to say that. So I'm not saying anything against Christianity at all. I'm saying you guys be careful in the church. Be careful for your souls. Be vigilant in the industry, out of the industry. Everybody be vigilant. Because we all like hip hop, and hip hop is the new pop. Be careful to eat the meat but throw out the bones, no matter where you are in your evolution. Even if you're in spirituality, because even that is a cesspool. Be vigilant no matter where you are in your state of evolution. I'll say that. Industry is in shambles. Collective conscious, down. There are 5 streams of water coming out of this to represent the senses, the 5 senses that God gave you, which are to make up your intuition, your consciousness. You guys have just been, let people have fun with music. Music ain't always got to be so serious. If you've been a part of that group, this is the state that you're in currently. There's more to life than fun. And if waking up from the fun gives you anxiety, then that means you need to clean up your inner life. If you don't like to sit with yourself and what your life really is, and you just need to club, drink, Drake, BBL, change this, change that, when it all outside of it all and you have to sit with yourself, that's why you don't like things to be deep, conscious, to make you think and feel, because you're not settled with your inner man. And please, you guys, don't let nobody through music speak anxiety in your crown. Especially not today, with the way mental health is, emotional health is. Y'all let that song go to number 1 because you think you all can relate, because we all have anxiety. So you just want to claim it, revel in it. Anxiety is taken, and now you cursing yourself. My God. This is what I mean about infiltrating consciousness, but not with the spirit. Oh, it's so conscious and relatable. What is relatable? What do we revel in the relatability that we all are suffering? I don't want to sing about it together. I want to sing healing. There are vibrations and sounds, words. That's why they say words have power, because you are creating with the vibrations that come out of your mouth. You wouldn't catch me in my slumber of death, inviting the spirit of anxiety over myself. Have mercy on yourselves. Have mercy on yourselves. This would be Drake fighting for his life, fighting for his stance to continue dumbing you guys down. Because what? Girls gonna be in the strip clubs twerking with dictionaries? He don't want you guys reading dictionaries. He wants you guys twerking. Didn't he just gift $20K for a BBL at his show with Drake's influence? He could have looked that woman dead in her face, gave her that $20K for a dietitian, a spa day, a nutritionist, a personal trainer. He could have looked that woman dead in her eye and said, "You are beautiful down to your bone. Let me help you get healthy. Let me help you get healthy. Let me help you love yourself." Drake wants you all twerking without the dictionaries and getting BBLs. You guys okay with that? Seriously, ask yourself this question so it doesn't seem like I'm judging. Because even if I wanted a BBL, I don't want the same man who mimicked and said, I don't want what girls gonna be twerking in the clubs with. I don't want that same man saying, "Here, I'm gonna pay for you to change your body, even if it risks your health and your life." I want you to be fake, because that's what's in. That's what makes guys like me like you. Even if I wanted one, I might change my mind. Like, what you trying to say? I'm so ugly and unput together that you got to sponsor it? Nah, never mind. I changed my mind. Ask yourselves, how does that make you feel if you're a woman? That you're not trendy if you don't change this, and this. You should not love who you are because it's not in. Look around you. How does that make you feel as a human with a soul? Seriously. And this is the part of the industry that's causing the resistance. This is why. For one, if the cup of consciousness, if this Ace of Cups was upright and all your senses were activated, then you wouldn't be focused on the Three of Cups. Fun, the club, socializing, hanging out, being trendy, being in with the crowd. They want you ignoring your consciousness that God gave you. And they want music to continue to not be used for the medium that it was given. When we're given a talent, yes, we have free will of what you do with it. But when you put yourself up as a celebrity, as a star, and you have all this influence and you choose to use your talent and your ability to dumb down the entire of humanity, woe to you. Woe to you. That's why you fight so hard for your earthly possessions. Because woe to you when you have to sit with yourself and think about everything that you've made with yourself outside of your money when it doesn't save you. When your health is dwindling and your money can't save you. When you're dying and your money can't save you and you're thinking now, oh shit. This is what they want. The Four of Cups. Google for yourself what the Four of Cups in tarot is. Apathy. Apathy. this respondent focused on the Three of Cups instead of the Ace of Cups. And Ace is inspiration, divine inspiration. My God. Hopes and fears. Hope we can be lucrative with this new wave. I hope it's lucrative for the long haul since we're shifting. And then the other side fears that it's going to be lucrative for the long haul. Outcome. And so we change. Good, bad, or ugly. The change has already happened. And what we will see is to expect change. Now, we don't all know what's going to come of these changes, but we do know that we're about to start seeing where this shift is going to take them so that they'll know how to steer and move next. With every change, they will change. As long as they can find a way to manipulate the industry and be lucrative, they will do so. But I see other artists are out. The old guard in the industry is out. It won't go easily. We'll see. As of where it stands in the near future, because of the shift, it will be almost an exploration. We'll see many different genres pop up. You know, people will be lucrative all over various industries. But hip hop, they're going to continue to see what the new shift has brought and then see where they can steer it and move it. Before it settles, we'll see the industry shift for a while and go through different experimental phases. Three of Wands, outcome. Somebody got to go. Somebody will go. Somebody big. I don't know how big. Nameable. I mean, we losing them left and right, aren't we? On my live, I was just digging around in somebody's reading. And I was like, because I saw so many of the same cards and everybody I read, I said, something's going on inside of the industry. And I said, I saw a death, a death. And I said it was a male. Then that young Scooter guy passed. Now, I don't know what he had to do with all the people that I saw, but obviously if they're all in the industry, it would be something that's being talked about probably by their peers. This is the outcome though. Somebody else has to go down, all the way down, either figuratively or literally. Somebody will be taken out. Well, that might be Drake being taken out by Kendrick. Drake may not win this legal battle. Let me look into that Ten of Swords. I need to see if it's literal or figurative. Temperance. I won't say that that's literal. Could be. But in a figurative stance, something about the discovery phase that Drake was just allowed to go through. He was just granted. The judge didn't throw out all the motions to the whole case as UNG requested. So I think they'll be able to have more discovery, and I don't know if he's going to try to get his hands on Kendrick's contract to see how they helped him. What is he going to find out? Is he going to find out anything that helps him? The Devil. He might find something a little sticky in there. He might find something that he can say that they helped Kendrick, take him down. What's behind that Devil? Legal system, defense, because he don't know what else to do. Searching for straws, searching. Even if they don't, even if it's not, because Kendrick stands here upright. As far as he concerns, he did everything by his book. But even though Drake will, I believe he'll find anything. However, this case will change and continue to change the trajectory of the industry as it continues to go on, because Drake will try to take down everything and everybody with him. When it looks like Drake, I'm sorry, but Kendrick's lyricism did this. I think Kendrick always thought that you should be in jail for things that you've done. And I think Kendrick probably thinks that you staged that gun event to use as ammo, that UMG was against him. I don't believe it. I don't believe somebody from UMG or an op threatened your life at your house with a weapon. I think it came from inside your house. All right. But that is going to continue to cause the industry to be on a experimental phase. Because who knows who's going to be affected by this, as Drake tries to claw UMG down and, blame everything and everybody except his penmanship. In the long run, Drake, you've destroyed yourself. So, like I said, the industry will be in an experimental phase. Hip-hop. All right. I don't care about this stuff. Near future, the resistance. Let me see the resistance. Because it's left a lot of people out of business, not able to make money. Out of business, not able to make money. Out of business, not able to make money. Kendrick came out, called himself better than everybody. He probably won't work with a lot of those type of rappers that were on before because he doesn't respect them as lyricists. So they can't even eat off of his wave with features and stuff like that. They feel like he created a lane that only he and people like him can prosper from. And so that's why the resistance is here, because they can't profit, and he wouldn't want to work with them because he doesn't believe they have lyrical talent. It feels like they should have never got put on, and that, they're the people who dumbed you down to make money for themselves. Yeah, that's why the resistance is taking place, because if Kendrick wins, we can't make no money. So we need y'all to be dumb. And even if y'all don't believe me, just watch and see what happens. Watch and see how they fight for you all to still be on some dumbed down type of music. And then ask yourself, is this because they love me or have my best interest at heart? They don't want anything inspirational. Spark of fire, the spark of flame within you, into action, into change. That type of music was killed a long time ago because it was causing black people to be inspired. And so they infiltrated hip-hop. All your faves are not your brethren. I swear, according to my opinion, not your brethren. Because they are in on this knowingly. That conscious music, it goes right to the heart. Hip-hop, it started out from the heart. Now everybody's trying to chart. It brings conviction. Because if Kendrick is allowed to continue to create and go on his righteous tirade, whether it's righteous or not, in his heart, whether it's true or not. That's what the brand is right now. Everybody's going to be put on blast. Even if their names aren't called, Kendra's going to continue to expose the means that were used to dumb you down. Yes, he profits from you not being conscious. So he has an investment in waking you up. Those other rappers aren't even going to be able to say anything about it. Guilty pigs are squealing. That's why the resistance is there, and that's why they need you guys to continue being apathetic. I'm going to end on that judgment in reverse in the past, putting humanity to sleep through hip-hop, or at least the black culture. It was becoming too political. It started with the East Coast, West Coast beef that took out Biggie and Pac. And then didn't they say there'll never be another Malcolm, another Tupac, anything like that? That looked to be a industry created beef. There was a juggler in the middle of that, paying for both of those men to be taken out. This is a manufactured beef. Manufactured beef, period. To take out those stars that seem to have a real influence over people. We don't have celebrities anymore that have a real conscious influence like that. Not many of them. Not many. Not on the mainstream like it used to be. This is an Aquarius card, evolution in reverse. The future of hip-hop is up for grabs. So we'll see. Some people will be lucrative on both sides because there's a resistance to where it's going, but it'll continue to change. I will say that. Good luck to you all. Love you. Bye.